My name is Shalini and I would be teaching you project management for this semester. As we move into this course, I would want to let you know that the goal of the course is not to make you a good project manager, but it would be more to give you an entire foundation to be a very effective project team member. Because a project manager is not the only one who works on a project to make it very successful. You might be a very successful project manager, but it's not necessary that every project that you work on is successful until and unless all your team members and you work together, or all the stakeholders that you have in hand who would be working on the project come together and work towards making a project very successful for you. So this entire goal of this course would be to give you a foundation and to boost you to your potential to rise up to challenges of managing teams and projects. So during this course, we will learn more about the process of project management, its concept, the techniques that we would be applying, the skill set that you would need to have to work on projects, and which you would be applying during the course of time when you have to manage a project or when you would be working in a project with other stakeholders and peers. So we would have case studies and examples apart from the course materials. And I would get you a lot of case studies from the corporate world and from live examples and ensure that we are working and interacting together during this course rather than it being a one-sided talk. I would want you to interact more. I would want you to question more so that it gives me an understanding as to how much you have been able to grasp of whatever has been taught to you. And if you have any questions, I should be able to go ahead and answer it to you. If I do not have answers for your questions, I should be able to circle back to you with the answers by the next day. So please go ahead, make it more interactive. Let's have more of a discussion rather than just a classroom session. So while I say this, let me tell you that this entire course would be broken into three parts. One would be the life of a project that we would be talking about. The other would be project planning and control, and third would be people. So while I say this, I mean that life of a project, we would be discussing about the concepts of the project management, the need for identification, proposed solutions that we would have, and the implementation of a project. The second part would be about project planning and control, where we would have the five phases of five process of a project that we would be talking about, which is initiating, planning, execution, control, monitor, and closing. So this also covers schedule, control, resource considerations, and cost planning and performance. We would also be talking about people, which is the third part of the course, where we would talk about how a project can be successful with communication with our stakeholders and with our peers and team members that we would work with, how we would go about effective delegation of the activities and tasks that need to be completed. Not necessarily the task and need is till the end. Sometimes it could just be a part of the project where you have to go ahead and finish your activity because people are interdependent on the activity that you work on. And what are the skill set required to go ahead and work on this, the resources, the responsibilities of a project manager. We would be covering all this during this course so that we are in a position to go ahead and work in a project as a good project manager and lead a project to its success. While I say this, let me go ahead and share my screen with you where we would discuss more on project management. I'm not sure. Give me a minute. I hope you are able to see my screen. Today, we would be discussing more about project management concepts. What are the concepts of a project management? So when we talk about project management, we need to understand what is project all about. There is one thing that is that you need to be very sure of, that every project is very unique in its own way. no two projects can be the same. Even if you are constructing a house, even if it is similar, like even if you have similar modular houses, there would be some change or the other of the requirement of the house, depending on the owner of the house. If the model of the house is the same from outside, but then inside the house, the person might not want a balcony. He might want an extended um, dining hall or an extended hall. They might want French windows. Some of them might just want sliding doors. So every project that you work on is going to be very, very different. Some might need a lot of woodwork. Some might need minimum woodwork. So you see, even if it looks similar, every house is not going to be one and the same. Every project is going to be unique in its own way. If it is an operations that you're carrying on, it could be continuing for years together or days together. However, every project has a start and end date. Without a start and end date, you cannot work on a project. The projects that you work on drives changes in an organization from a current state to a future state. It also enables business value creation with time. As we move on to understanding the project life cycle, we would be discussing this more in detail in our further classes, because we would be picking this up as every chapter, initiating the process, planning the process, executing the process, monitoring and controlling of a process. While I mentioned this, let me just give you a very brief intro about all of these 5 processes that we are referring to. When I'm talking about initiating a process, initiating a project, no project can be started without an idea. Like if you are sitting in a meeting and suddenly we find that we are working on something, but there is some lag somewhere. We need to go ahead and work on the lag. Or if suddenly if we come up saying that we let's just take HR process, a HR idea. While we are referring to this, we are saying that HR is having a meeting and suddenly they come up with this idea of having an employee engagement in the next quarter because they see the employee morale very low. At that point of time, this is an initiating of an idea, initiating of a project idea. So this initiating of a project idea is just an idea at the moment, saying that we would have to go ahead and work on it to ensure that we build the employee morale. Now, when we talk about this, there are a lot of planning that has to go on, execution, and how to go about working on this. There is not one person who would be working on this kind of a project. There would be a lot of people from the HR. There would be a lot of people that HR might be reaching out from to different teams. Now, when they have an idea, they know the stakeholders that they have to work with. So one person who is being given the baton saying that you would be handling this project. Now he or she becomes a project manager. Now, when they take it up on themselves that they would be working on the project, they are a project manager right now, but they need to build a team who would be a core team who would be working on this project. I, as a project manager, might not have all the details in hand. I would need details as to why is the employee morale down? Is every employee in every team having the same kind of mindset? Or, I need to get a lot of data even before I go ahead and work on this kind of project. I would be working with different stakeholders from different teams. I might work with an IT, with the 2 or 3 members from the IT team. I would be working with 2 or 3 members from the facilities team. I would be working with 2 or 3 members from the operations team, engineering team. So I would be picking up people whom I would want to get data from. So once I have gone ahead and captured my stakeholders, I would put it up in, I would break it down into a structure saying that I am the project manager. These are the people that I am working with. These are the activities that we are going to go ahead and work on. So right now what I'm doing is I'm getting a structure in place to show the management or the stakeholders that this is how I'm going to go ahead and work on my project. Once I have that in place, I would go ahead and send it across, communicate it to the major stakeholders to take a call and tell me if it is good to go. I need a buy-in from them. Once I have a buy-in stating that it's good to go and I can go ahead and start working on it, I will go ahead and start planning the entire project now. Now my planning would be as to what is the time schedule that I would have to go ahead and work on every activity, that because if I am seeing next quarter, then I have a date in mind that by this date, I would have to go ahead and execute my entire plan. Now my planning would be as to who is going to do what. I am going to have my activities in place and ensure that I give and delegate each activity to a person so that we are able to work together as a team to ensure that we execute the entire plan. And as we are executing as we are planning, we are also seeing the risk that we need to take into consideration. The risk factors could be any risk factors that we would have from an employee perspective, from the budget perspective, from scheduling perspective, or we would have to even look at time zones if we are working with, if my office has is spread out throughout India, then I would, or throughout the world. If it's throughout the world, I would have to see time zones as such to ensure that, I would have to be taking into consideration the other people that I would be working with in other countries for this kind of project. So it's a global project too. So it not necessarily be a project in an organization here itself. It could be a global project also. So a lot of risk factors need to be taken into consideration. Culture, the mindset of people. If people who are going to work on this project, they are on holidays. Do we have weekends? Do we have national holidays, festival holidays? All this needs to be taken into consideration while I am scheduling my entire project. So that part is scheduling and planning, and then we executed according to how we have gone ahead and broken down our entire activities to ensure that it is being going smoothly. We would also be monitoring and controlling it. Monitoring we would do so that we ensure that the actual dates that we have gone ahead and put in to ensure that activities are being done as per the schedule is on track. If it is not on track, why is it not on track? What is it that is lacking, or what is the risk factors that we are seeing that we need to go ahead and fix it? So once we have all that in place and we execute it and ensure that everything goes on smoothly and we have a very successful project, and we have gone ahead and executed the entire project on time for the employee satisfaction, where we have gone ahead and had an event taken place, and the feedback that we have got is like very excellent, not only from the stakeholders who have had this idea, but also from all the employees, because end of the day, the benefit that we had from this entire project is to ensure that our employees are satisfied, their employee morale is boosted so that they are able to give their 100% to their work. So all this is being taken into consideration because the objectives that we set up right at the start has to be met at the end. So the start of the project starts with objective and scope, and it ends by ensuring that we are meeting the objectives that we have gone ahead and stated at the start of the project. So that is all for the class today, and I will take you through the entire process and documentation and closure in the next class. Thank you so much. You all have a nice day.